listen, been on both sides, you know. I prefer the money side.
Prefer this side.
I'm just saying.
I prefer this side. And so from our stories and from our experiences, the younger generation, they will learn from that.
Yeah.
But again, having that relationship and being open enough to be able to share with them. Now, they have to be open and willing to listen and apply. But I think for the most people, they don't want to work as hard. So whatever they're willing to do, you know, the younger generation, see, they're not afraid.
They're definitely not afraid.
They're not afraid.
Not at all.
They're not afraid.
No, definitely.
So if you show them a way where they can, you know, don't have to work as hard, and hey, they're like, okay, I'm listening. You have my attention.
Absolutely.
So it's some of us who are the Generation X. I hate to say it, but they a little stubborn, a little hard-headed, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say that that we were, you know, in many ways. So let me ask you, Toni, you've had success. You mentioned traveling, you know, you've been around the world at this point, you know?
Yes. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to be a flight attendant back in the 80s for Continental Airlines.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a flight attendant. I did reservations. And so, you know, I was getting bored at one point of time in my life. I would, you know, dib and dabble a little thing. So I actually was a flight attendant before I became a hairstylist. And yes, I've traveled the world, even with my organization, World System Builders. Let me tell you something. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Japan. I've been to Israel. Next month, in May, I am going to Portugal and Spain. In September, I'm going to Egypt. So yes, I believe that we have to travel the world and see things outside of our comfort zone. You know, sometimes we get stuck and, you know, we work, but we never get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And this opportunity has given me that opportunity to travel the world.
That was definitely something I wanted you to speak to, because, you know, in getting people engaged, you know, one of the things that's prevalent, people show lots of pics of traveling and going different places. And in this business, you just said it, you know, Hong Kong, Israel, Japan, going to Spain, Egypt, you know, all of these locations. I'm like, when I started, I mean, I had traveled before I started in the industry. When I started in the industry, it was like a trip, like all the time, right? Like you're always going somewhere, you know? So that was one of the points that I'm glad that you mentioned here. So let me ask you a question. You've done all these things. You've had success. You have a team that you're cultivating and leading and motivating and encouraging and developing people. What's the dream now? What's the goal for Toni Sanders now?
You know what? I just want to keep growing. I want to see other people grow. You know, it's not about me. It's about, you know, what I can do for other people. You know, I want people to be bigger and better than me, Rod. I think that, you know, the sky is the limit when it comes here. I want to see my daughter recently got, you know, licensed. So I'm really excited about that. She followed in my footsteps with the cosmetology as well. So she did cosmetology and she's a makeup artist. She has her own makeup line and recently got licensed. And I told her, look, having multiple streams of income, ladies and gentlemen, is very important. It's very important. You should never wait around for anybody to send you any kind of stimulus check. You want to learn how to create a stimulus check, curate your own. I can show you how to do it. But I want to help other people. I want to help more women. And hey, I'm sorry, but I want to help more African-American women get into the industry. I want to help women in general, you know, anybody, even men for that, you know, but I want us to have a seat at the table when it comes to finances. Yeah. This has been a white male dominated field for so many years. And now is the time for change. I believe now is our time.
That's it.
Now is our time. I want to be able, you know, I posted something in our group, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it and it says, teach us. I want us to teach us. Mm-hmm. I want us to learn from each other and learn from our mistakes. We have to teach the younger generation what not to do, the things that we did that didn't work, but let's teach them the things that are working so that it can work in their favor.
That's it.
I want us to build legacies of generational wealth. I want us to get out of debt. Stop being the number one consumer.
Yes.
Have we bought enough stuff yet? See, we always trying to buy stuff to impress people who don't even like us. The things that we need to have, you know, like start saving your money. I got a t-shirt that says saving is sexy. If you save money today, it will save you later.
Absolutely.
So when you think about Toni Sanders in the future, I just want somebody to say, look, oh, you need to go to her. She can help you. She can help change your life the way she, you know, did mine. And I meet people where they are. It's a no judgment zone here because I've been where you are. But at some point in time, you've got to make up your mind that you're going to change your life, you're going to change your family's life, and you're going to change your community's life. Again, like I said, and I always say, it is up to us to change the narrative. Nobody else can change that narrative but us.
Look, no apology necessary, because nothing you're saying is anything that everybody does not know is 100% true. As my son would say, no cap.
No cap. I know. Hey, what about this? And that's on period.
Right. You know.
Yes.
So Toni, before we wrap up here, once again, you know, thank you for the time. If there's somebody listening, and you know, maybe they're on the fence, maybe someone said to them, you know what, you make a great insurance agent, or maybe they're watching you. Once again, they're in the Houston. It's not quite Houston, right? It's like outside of Houston. Close.
My office, I live in Missouri City, Texas, but my office is in the Houston area.
Okay, all right. So if you're in the Houston area, Texas is a big state. Texas is a big state.
Texas is huge, but I have licenses all across the United States, so I don't care where you're from. I can definitely be a resource to you. And if you're on the fence about getting into our industry, yes, the answer is yes. You don't have to think about it. Keep in mind, okay, where money is moved, money is made, and all we do is reposition people's money. You know, if you're in the fence and you want to learn, come and take some workshops. If you can see the sign behind me, we're on this campaign of financial literacy. Our mission is to educate 30 million families by the year 2030. Take our workshop, you know, come and talk to me, have a conversation with me, be a part of the financial literacy. Every day I wake up, I say, who am I going to educate today? Whose life am I going to change today? Contact me. Get a copy of our Saving Your Future book. You have to save your family first before you save anybody else's. Be the biggest benefactor of what we offer. Okay, that's what I would tell people to do, and don't be ashamed about where you are. But if you closed mouths will never get fed. So if you don't open your mouth and ask for the help that you need to get to some places that you want to be, that is not our fault. That is your fault. That's on you. That's on you.
How do they get Toni Sanders? How do they get in contact with you? How do people reach you?
I'm on all the social media sites. You can look up your girl, Toni Sanders. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can call me, 281-898-4018. You can email me, ToniSandersWFG@gmail.com. You know what? Hey, just find me. You can Google me. I bet you'll find me.
And that is Toni, ladies and gentlemen. And
hey, Rod, like I tell people, I is for a girl, Y is for a boy, and I'm all girl.
That's it. Hey, once again, I can't say how much, you know, I've enjoyed this conversation. I know it's going to add a ton of value, and you know, I hope folks are really, you know, paying attention to the things that you said. You know, if you want to know how to create your own stimulus, if you want to know how to, you know, build a career that's going to feed you and lead you, you know, into the next evolved state of your life. If you want to be able to not only take care of yourself, but take care of your family and take care of your community, you know, this is definitely the place to be. Toni Sanders is obviously someone to do it with, you know, all things rise and fall with leadership. And I can tell that she's a great one to have in your corner. So maybe you're listening out there, you're on the fence. She already told you, go ahead and take that step, say that yes. And maybe you heard something that made you think to yourself, you should get a license. Until next time, thank you. Take care.